Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric, and I'm going to be showing you the next feature of DataDrop. This is, I believe, feature number 3. And what this feature is there's actually two things. DataDrop will now take XML and convert XML or convert into XML. So if you've been keeping up with any of these features, you know that I've taken data sources such as JSON and Excel and then rendered them into either JSON, Excel, or SQL inserts. So basically, I think the last thing I did was you could load up an Excel file, pick out the columns that you want, and then generate it into a JSON file that has all the it has all of the features and rows rendered as JSON objects into a JSON array, and vice versa. You could take a JSON array and convert it into an Excel document. So where you'd have all these attributes of Excel or of JSON objects and then the values, you could render that into Excel. Well, today I'm going to show you two different things. The first one I'm going to show you is the XML, which is kind of just this about the same kind of thing that I've been working on, that we've been creating for DataDrop. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is that you can now take any of these data types and then send them directly to a table in a database. So first I'll show you kind of the less impressive thing. So let's go ahead and fire up DataDrop. You'll notice there's a new dialog over here. This is for database connectivity that we'll use in a second, but for right now I'm just going to show you the XML functionality. So here I have an XML file that's got the same kind of data as the last things. So there's two objects. There's Eric, programmer 30 for name, job, age, and then John, DBA 33 is a totally made up person. Although I'm sure there's a 33-year-old John somewhere that works as a DBA. But anyway, so this is the XML that we're going to load. Alright, so we're going to pick XML, browse, that file was test XML, show attributes. Once again, it's going to show all the attributes that are available in that document. So name, job, age, remember, is from name, job, and age, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and just keep them all so I can show you what's going on. And we're going to turn that XML document into, we'll say, Excel this time. Okay, and we'll call this demo from XML. Generate file. I really need to put something in here that tells you that it's done. Alright, let's open up that Excel file. It's over on my other screen so you can't see it. I'll move it on over. So now we have name, job, age as column names, and then those values were rendered into the Excel document. So, see, name, we've got an Eric and a John, job, programmer, DBA, 3033, all that good stuff. So that works, and then also I'll show you, you can do the same thing to XML. So this time let's go ahead and take a JSON object. It's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be the same data points and data types. Name, job, age is going to be the same people as well. So test JSON. You know, I always say JSON, and then I hear people say JSON. I don't really know what the right way to say it is, so I've been kind of doing both. Anyway, so JSON to XML. We're going to call this one demo from JSON to XML. Okay, and then go ahead and open that up. Again, it's on my other screen. Alright, so no need for line breaks in XML, but you can see that this is the data we are looking for. So the reason there is a root node there, they're called nodes in XML, is because you need to have one kind of like main node in XML. So really that it doesn't mean anything because these objects are what's important. You got these guys as objects. So there's me, there's my imaginary friend Bob. But you need this root node to make it properly formed XML, and yeah, so that's why that's there in case you were wondering. Anyway, okay, now let me show you the more kind of interesting thing. Let me open up this test JSON, test DB JSON. All right. Okay, so here's a new JSON file that you haven't seen before. It's a little bit different, and I'll explain why in just a second. All right, so notice it's fname John, lname Snow, age 30. I don't know how old John Snow is, and then fname Bob, the builder, age 33. And these are different because I have a database here called learning test that has a table called people, right? And these people have column fname, lname, and age. Here's some data in it already. You can see me and my family and my lovely fiance. So the other feature that I'm going to show you is that I can take that JSON file and just insert it directly into the database without having to, in my last feature I created SQL inserts, but this time this is going straight into the database. So all you do is click and it shows up in the database. So let me show you that real quick. All right. So we're going to take that JSON file, and the reason I'm using that specific one is because I made that one to match the column names. It has to match the column names, right? Test DB JSON, show available attributes. We're going to have fname, lname, and age. And remember, we had Jon Snow and Bob the Builder in there. And we're going to go into a database, which is going to make this usable. I have these auto-populated in my code somewhere, I think. Yeah, I have the connection information in here just popping up automatically. If this were like in production, that wouldn't be there. The reason it's there now is because I was doing this about 100 times before I could figure it out, so saving myself some time by having these auto-populate with all the connection information. So once you've picked database, you're going to go ahead and say the target table, which if you remember, it was people, and generate files, should probably change that, but boom, connected. And so now, let's refresh that query, and Jon Snow and Bob the Builder are now in that table with all their data. And I think that is really cool. I don't know about you, but the reason that I think it's pretty cool is because my proposed fifth feature is to use this DataDrop, the functionality as a DLL or a library that programmers can use. So you would import it into assemblies or references, probably references, sorry, and just use that. So if you have different kinds of data objects that are the JSON, or you're taking in a bunch of Excel files for whatever reason, and you don't want to deal with whatever you have to do to get them into the database or get them into different formatted files, you would just implement these different methods that I have here, and when it comes time for the fifth feature, we'll change them up a little bit to make them more what's the word? Not understandable, but just when you're using it, you know how you're supposed to use it. So that when a programmer is using it, an IntelliSense kicks in, it'll be obvious which things, which functions, and which objects or attributes that they're supposed to be using to get whatever they want accomplished. So that is feature number 3 for DataDrop. Thank you for watching, and let me or my team know if you have any questions. Thank you.